Hi guys, it's Akin with the Fiddle Leaf Fig Plant Resource Center, and today it's Sunday, so I want to do another edition of What's Wrong with My Fiddle Leaf Fig. Today we're going to talk about drooping leaves, and so we'll insert some pictures of what this looks like, but oftentimes we get emails from people where their leaves went from normal turgidity to all of a sudden they're kind of drooping, they look unhappy, and it's scary. And so we'll talk about some of the major causes of drooping leaves. And so the first cause is actually a good thing. So when fiddle leaf figs are growing and they're producing new young leaves, they are a little bit flimsier than the existing very sturdy, kind of thick, waxy leaves, and they can look like they're drooping a little bit. That's normal, that's good with new growth. If you are having new growth, it's a good sign that your plant is healthy, particularly if your new growth is bigger than your existing leaves. So if the leaves are getting bigger, that means your plant is really happy, it's getting enough light, it's getting enough nutrition, that's a great sign. The fact that these are a little bit flimsier and a little bit droopier is not a problem. They will kind of firm up as they grow and as they mature. A second sign of droopy leaves is if your plant is thirsty. We see this when people really underwater their plant or the plant really dries out as the leaves start to droop if they get very, very thirsty. If it goes too far, your leaves can start actually getting crispy and turning brown and you won't be able to revive them. But if they're looking just a little droopy, make sure that you water your plant and make sure that the root ball is getting watered, because sometimes I see this happen where you're watering your plant, but the soil has actually dried out so much that it's pulled back from the pot. And so when you water it, the water is just going around the root ball and it's not actually getting soaked into the root ball. And so you may need to repot your plant or just really soak the root ball itself to kind of loosen up the soil and get it to start absorbing that water so the water isn't just running around the soil and going out the bottom of your pot. Another reason that we see leaf droop is if you repot your plant and it goes into some kind of root shock. And this is really common after repotting. Your roots just kind of freak out and they stop absorbing water and your plant just kind of goes into this droop mode. It's okay, don't do anything. The reason that it's doing this is it's in shock, and so you really want to not intervene if possible. So if you know that it's undergone a trauma, whether it be, maybe you over fertilized it and it has like a chemical burn, or you repotted and it's in shock, you don't want to do anything more to it that's going to cause it to be in greater shock. You just want to kind of leave it alone and it'll recover within a week. Make sure you keep it moist for that week and just don't touch it, and it should kind of perk back up within a week. And the final one that I would mention is relocating your plant. So if you move it into a different environment, sometimes it can trigger this kind of droopiness or this shock. And that is if it goes from, high humidity to low humidity, or if it goes from a little bit of light to a lot of light. These kind of changes, they don't do well with. They like to stay where they're planted and they don't like a lot of change. And so if it's looking a little bit droopy, just make sure that you kind of leave it alone, give it a little bit of water, make sure that it has a little bit of moisture in the soil, and give it some time to perk back up. So I hope this video was helpful. Please ask your question in the comments, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe to our channel to get these every single Sunday. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your Sunday.